Alright, so BookVoyager is a multilingual reading platform that we've built for ESL students for Simon Fraser University, and it's designed to make learning languages through reading accessible across any language and at any level. So let's take a look from the teacher's perspective first. So we can click Log In. We can sign in as a teacher. Take my password here. Click Sign In. This will bring us to the teacher portal, which is right here. This is where we're at the moment. So I can create a class, I can view my current classes, I have cohort comparison, metrics against reading and the average for the quiz. I can see how many classes I have, how many students, different quiz attempts, how many active students we've had in the last 7 days. And let's try creating a new class. So let's create Ling 100. So if I click Create Class, we're going to see that reflected here, and we have 0 students at the moment. So let's take a look at Class 1 first as a comparison. So we have 3 students, 4 books, last activity, 2 active students with 1 quiz attempt with a class code. This is a student code that they are able to use without admin intervention to join a course. We have our class roster with the students that we have, and we also have a library with books that we can select to show to students, hide from select students. We can upload a book. We can also report the content or delete it from our library. So there's a student library where they can upload their own things to their private account. Then we have a class level library which is managed by the teacher, and then there's the public library that's accessible to that's curated by the research team. So for now, let's come to home, and then we're going to go sign out as teacher. Now we're going to sign in as student. I just realized that I forgot to copy that sign-in code for that course we just created. So let's go to Ling 100. And there's our code. So this is what we need as a student to sign in. So now let's join that class from the student side. So if I go to student3.bookvoyager.dev, and I type in my password and click sign in, now we're brought to here on the student side. So let's upload a book as a student. So I can click choose file. These are books from Storybooks Canada. Click here. So when we click start processing, we use OCR and neural translation to upload, extract, translate, generate narration audio, and then populate the reader with this new information. So if I click this here, this is my private library. So you can see that we're brought into the reader, where I have caching for pages, adding bookmarks, various bookmarks that I can sort through. I can change the text, so let's select monospace. I can change the text side, and I can also toggle between selective and auto read, which will progress us automatically through each sentence, and whereas with selective you have to select where you want to read. And I can also hide and show the translation, which I'll demonstrate here by clicking that. So here we just have English, click that again, and now we retranslate, and then there is the Spanish in this case. So let's hear what this sounds like in Spanish, and we'll keep it at 1x speed, and we'll also progress a few pages in. This is good, so let's wait for it to translate. We have only English text extraction, and then it populates it once it's completed it. So let's try hearing this sentence here. So since we have voice in Spanish, we're going to hear Spanish playback.
Poco a poco, aprendieron a sentirse felices otra vez sin la madre de Simbequire.
And you'll also notice the karaoke feature that we have.
Poco a poco, aprendieron a sentirse felices otra vez sin la madre de Simbequire.
So now let's take a look at the quiz feature. So as a student completes a sufficient amount of the book that they're reading, a quiz will be generated. So we just have to slowly move through these pages. You can take a look at this metric we have here. So far we are 33% read, 38, 44, 50, 55, and as we cross the 80% threshold, we'll be able to generate a quiz. So now let's click Generate Quiz. Now we can click Take Quiz, and this will bring us into the quiz viewer. So who introduced Simbagwar to Anita? Let's say the father. And say we didn't know the answer to this, we can click Need a Hint, and it will load the hint, and it will reference us to locate the part of the text that the statement is referring to, and then decide if it agrees or disagrees with the passage. So I know for a fact that she did not treat her kindly. So let's click true. No, false, sorry. Submit, and we should get 100% on this quiz. Best so far is 100. And now because of that, we've been recommended to update our difficulty to hard. But let's go take a look at the classes. So now if I go back to home, library, class. So I'm already a part of a class at the moment, but as these load, we can see that these are the private library books that are a part of, the semi-public books that are a part of the teacher level library. So for the class, the cohort that I as a student am a part of, these are the books that have been uploaded and curated by the teachers for me. We do not have any public books configured at the moment, but if I click this, that would show us the different books that we have as from the higher level. Now let's take a look at the researcher dashboard. So I can sign out. Now let's take a look at researcher at BookVoyager. Sign in. Oh. So if I click research here, this is from the top down, and this is able to view different cohorts, students. It's anonymous toggles for all the data. But we can see that we have 8 users, 4 classes, 21 different content items have been uploaded, 2 different quiz attempts in the last 30 days, 2 as well, 2 in the last 7, 3 active users in the last 30, and in the last 7 days, 3 active users. If we click select a class to view the student performance, we can see that we have 0 students here, 1 student here, 2 here, and 3 here. So let's take a look at this, and this is going to load the class performance. So we have all of our demo students here, 1 who has not completed a quiz. Both of these were very successful in their attempts. 1 attempt, average previous, no average previous because we only have 1 attempt, and we would say that we have insufficient data here. We also have usage peaks by hour or by day. So today we've been very active up until now. We also are able to monitor for usage growth, see the range of change, run a cohort comparison if we define specific cohorts at the research level, which are collections of courses. We can also perform a data export where we can download reading logs, quiz results with all the information from the students, what courses they're a part of, and where that data is coming from. And we are also able to monitor each course and keep track of every different book that's uploaded or text file, and then check for quiz attempt changes, and also manage our users. So if we need to delete a user, delete a book, if there's something offensive that was uploaded that became a problem, we're able to handle all of that from the researcher side. There's no need to go into the database to remove anything manually in that way. It's all configurable from the researcher side, which is why as a teacher, if you report content, that it gets escalated up to change to this level, and as you can see, researchers are unable to be removed. We can also deploy surveys, and there's also research support. So if there's an issue that it is reported up the chain, research is able to make a report, which is then logged as a note